Hello! It's time for random items from Wish again, and as ever, the random words have been picked by one of these random word websites, and then I put them into Wish and then buy the first thing that comes along that costs £5 or less when you search for that word. However, this is the Lucky 9 system, where the ninth item is more than £5. It's somewhere between £5 and £15, and that's all you need to know. Let's begin now. Wording. Wording. Now, wording is interesting. That could apply to many things in life, for many things have words on. For instance, these stickers, because that's what they actually gave us. Right, what is this? Élément d'emballage séparé et déposé dans le bac de tri. Recyclable. I think that's what that's talking about. Anyway, these are an awful lot of little stickers. Kind of remind you ones you'd get at the dentist many years ago, except much, much smaller. I remember getting one off a dentist where I had to have my gum numbed for some reason, and it said, "I've got a numb gum chum." That stuck in my head for over 40 years because it's so bloody weird. Anyway, what have these stickers got going on? I can't actually get the top thing off to tell you, which is mildly irritating. That will do it. Right. Oh, they're all little positive things a teacher could maybe put on a child's homework. You did it! Excellent. Great job, says a weird giraffe. Cool, says somebody wearing a monkey costume. Little bit where the wild things are, that one, isn't it? Wow! Yep, if you're big on World of Warcraft, this koala's in it with you. Good job! Good job. There's various different ones here, aren't there? Many good jobs and great jobs from all the animals. You did it. Oh, that's it. Oh, no, wait, there's an awesome sloth. I don't think we've seen the awesome sloth before. Or is that the one that was... it was the one that was stuck on the bottom. So there you are. They loop round quite quickly. But there we are. If you happen to work in a high-pressure corporate environment and you want to really patronise your staff, get some of these. And the next time somebody does a really good sales report or something, put a little star and "you did it" on there. You know, as opposed to, I don't know, paying him properly or something. Facility. Facility. Well, that's a map from a certain video game I'm sure many of you will be aware of, but what is this item? It's a bit of a mystery one, actually, because I would not have known what this was if it didn't obviously say when I ordered it. It's like a little flower on a rubbery stamp thing. But also, there is this very important warning that we must read. I'm sorry, it's not a warning, it's a waiming. Waiming. Lo awit danoa of suocation. Keep this bow ane, fior babi and childien. Do noltus this tagin uibs beds, keigs orpe pez, this tau snowlaloi. Well, that's played that one up, hasn't it? Marvellous. See, that's what happens with bad OCR. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's just attempt to open this thing up, which I actually can't work out how to get into. So surely this is not actually... Oh, no, it has been heat sealed, I think. Okay. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, we've done it, folks. And we've got this rubbery boy instead. So, yeah, that can obviously go through there like that and lock itself around something. But what? What, friends? What do you think this could be used for? I'm going to give you 3 seconds in order to chill out and have a think about it. 3, 2, 1! Sorry, that actually wasn't very chilled. Anyway, here's the answer. Incredibly, this is a toilet seat lifter. I know, right? I feel like this is a solution for a problem that nobody really had, but there we are. If your toilet seat must not be touched ever because it is dirty and for some reason you can't wash your hands afterwards when going to the toilet, I don't know, you can attach this to the toilet seat and then just lift this little rubber flower and the seat will go up. How absolutely marvellous. We should point out that the little rubber flower will probably get quite dirty and you'll have to wash your hands after touching it anyway. But hey, let's not worry about that. Occupy. Occupy. What can be occupied? Many things in life can be occupied. But how could you tell somebody if it was occupied? Maybe you could have one of these absolutely tremendous, with 3M sticky pad. Is it really 3M? I don't know. I also don't particularly care. Vacant or occupied. We'd usually say engaged over here, but fair enough. So there we are. You can put it on your toilet and then remember to flick that across before you go in. You'll probably forget. So OC can't That's important. That is, if you've made yourself an original character, but they're a little bit underpowered, then OC can't. That's quite a general thing. O a cunt. O acant. Don't want to think about that one too much. OCC ant. OCC ant. That is my OC. OCC ant. I don't know what OCC stands for. Official credit card ant. Oh, what a character that's going to be. I'm never going to remember it again. And Occup NT, the extremely rare version of Windows. Marvellous. Well, it's a little bit plasticky, I've got to say. I think it's got a magnet on the back, so that's good. You've got your sticky pad in case your door's not metal, because let's face it, it's probably not going to be. And, yeah, it's slightly rubbery, flexy plastic, but it does the job. You know, I mean, you can switch from occupied to vacant, and that kind of does what you need, doesn't it? Yeah, does it really need to be metal? Probably not. Also, of course, we should point out that this did only cost £3.99 and a metal one would probably have been considerably more expensive. But let's not worry about that. Let's go on to the next one. Consciousness. Consciousness. Now, this is an intriguing one, isn't it? I was expecting something a sort of little bit new age and wooey for this, but not quite. I mean, maybe a bit, I don't know. But look. It is playing cards of some sort. But they're not playing cards, oh no, but they are cards of a sort. I'm actually going to open it and not show you the front yet. Because these... Wait for it. Hang on, it's got stuck in here, that's not good. Oh, here we are. Yep. Oh, come out of the thing, you swine. Come on. We've got videos to do. Thank you. Ooh, these are not high-quality cards. They're very thin. But hey, what do you expect for randomly buying items off Wish? Anyway, they are affirmation cards. So you can look at them, I don't know, first thing in the morning and make yourself feel more positive. I believe in a clean world. That's a weird affirmation card to me. I mean, what? Is the world that clean? Is it that important? Okay. Is that specifically for something? Somebody who's germophobic? I don't know. I believe in food and a healthy lunch. I used to believe in that until I saw how smarmy this guy looks. And now I'm going to eat nothing but KFC. I am loyal. That's an intriguing picture. This is my loyal hobo standing in front of his weaponized tuba. I'm confused by that. Okay. I am not perfect, and that's okay. Oh, that's better. You're definitely not perfect, because there should be an apostrophe in that. I am good. Oh, he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy who has weirdly been cut off at some point while the art was being done? I am right where I need to be, hassling a woman under a tree. Reminds me a bit of one of the characters from Gravity Falls. That I take care of me. Okay, good for you. I create magic. That looks like Terry Pratchett on the left, the late great author, who did kind of create magic. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I am loved. That is quite obviously imagery from what's it called? The Good Omens series. And that's Michael Sheen, and that is David Tennant. Look, you're not telling me that's coincidental. Have they just drawn over? Could we find all the original images? Is that actually Terry Pratchett? Oh my God, is that Pratchett and Gaiman? Neil Gaiman there. Oh, have we found the truth in these weirdly put together cards? I can depend on others and also play what looks like an Amiga bike racing game. I am upside down. I am worthy. That's another one of Michael Sheen from Good Omens, isn't it? I believe in peace and having bits of a fence in the background drawn over my face. A bit odd, isn't it? I deserve the love I receive. Also, booze. I won't let negative thoughts consumph me. I hate being consumphed, so I totally get that one. I don't know what's going on with this person's hat. Please don't lick the walls. I don't feel being told not to lick the walls is particularly negative. It's more weird, but okay. I am so lucky. Everything works out for me. What? That seems less like a positive affirmation and more just like a hope, you know. Ça plane pour moi. My future is mine. I am kind. I am clever. I deserve to be happy. David Tennant again. I am confident. Oh, well, there we are. That was a very, very weird set of affirmation cards. If anybody wants to go through those and find the pictures that they're all based on, I would recommend against that, because that's probably a really bad use of your time. Knit. Knit. Well, I was expecting knitting needles, but in fact, it's some knitted goods. These gloves. They're grey. They've got some texture on the back. Does that mean they're ladies' gloves? I don't know. But they do have fingers and the thumb with a different colour, which usually means you can operate a smartphone wearing them. Are they going to fit me? Probably not. They'll probably be far too small. Let's have a go. Oh, no, they stretch a bit. Oh, God, no, they are too small. That's not good. I'm ripping them horribly, I think. But there we are. I've kind of got it on. Ow. That's, it's cutting into me there. Well, there we are. Great. If it's cold and you have hands, why not wear gloves? A good answer could be you haven't got any. But hey, you can get them cheap now. I'm actually going to test these on the smartphone now. Jump cut. They worked! Yes, the little bits on here do actually let you use the screen. These aren't that bad, actually. They seem to be quite well put together. They don't feel like they're going to pluck easily. They're all right, aren't they? A pair of gloves for only £3.97. Actually, that doesn't seem that cheap. Next item. Explain. Explain. I thought when I put this in I was going to get something like a textbook. I got a t-shirt. A slightly crappy, very cheap feeling, shiny t-shirt. And the design says... I don't know how I can get this in shot easily, actually. Oh, there we are, that's good enough. Explain it to the duck. I presume they meant the duck and got it wrong, but it now kind of looks like this duck's name is Tuther Duck. So there we are. Maybe they got that wrong and it's supposed to be the tithe duck. It's the rubber duck you have to pay a percentage of your income to for some reason. Yeah, it's as awful. Awful. It's just really, it feels like that'll come off after a couple of washes, you know what I mean? Why would you explain it to the duck? What would you explain to the duck? These are questions we will never answer, mainly because we're so annoyed by the incredible misprint on that. I mean, come on, folks, come on. Although saying that, after having seen those safety instructions we had earlier, this almost seems like Shakespeare. Actually, speaking of Shakespeare, isn't there a scene in The Winter's Tale where Titania explains something to a duck? No, there isn't. I just made that up. Sit. Sit. That sounds like something you'd shout at a dog in order to get it to, well, sit. But in fact, it's very sit-related. It's a folding stool that you can sit on. Far too short to be of use to pretty much anybody except the smallest of children, which is obviously what it's designed for. So yeah, it comes folded flat and, it's picked up a bit of fluff off the sofa and stretch it out, push it in and... Oh God, it doesn't want to go this time. What's happened to this? There we are. Oh, it's now a stool, isn't it? Great, and you can sit on that. Will it take a human weight? I actually tried it earlier. I sat on it and it was fine. It did not bend. Then I got excited and thought maybe I could stand on it and it'll take my weight. And the answer was no, it didn't. It started to warp and break. It was like, whoop, get off that before I break it. But yeah, there we are. It's a stool for a very small child to sit on because you haven't got a small chair. I don't know. Could you put it this way up, though? Use these as handles and use it to carry stuff about? Maybe. But I tell you what, I kind of hate it because it's picking up little hairs and bits of fluff from everywhere. It's got that kind of weird plastic that just seems permanently statically charged and stuff just sticks to it. Do you know what I mean? Awful. But anyway, I mean, I don't think you could get a folding stool cheaper than that. It was just £2.67 for God's sake. So if you need that for any reason, it exists, but, don't stand on it. Captivate. Captivate. What could be more captivating than a magic cube? The answer is probably many things, but we're not going to think about those. Look, than 72 shapes. We couldn't afford the word more. So, this is a fidget toy powered by 12 rare earth magnets. Combine shapes together. Great for learning and creativity, reduce and relieve stress, and make cool things. Okay, this looks nifty. I want out of the box. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, Feels sort of, I think it's made out of cardboard actually, just quite thick plastic coated cardboard, okay. And it is definitely a cube. And it looks like the cover of a 90s rave album, so that's always nice. Right, what happens? How do we magic this thing? I don't know. I'm slightly worried about breaking it. Oh, no, it's all good. Oh, oh, ho, ho. Look at this. Now it is a star. Oh, I nearly had a star, and then it went weird. I'm going to turn it inside out. Ooh, you can hear the magnets rolling around inside. I thought they'd be fixed for some reason, but they clearly are not. And look, now we have made this a Q*bert level. And on the other side, this nightmare that could be used for serving peanuts in 3 different little bowls there, maybe. Okay, what else can we do with it? The answer is probably quite a lot of things. Can we ever get it back into a cube? Probably not. I've made this thing, which is the wibbler. Ready? Wibble away! That was less exciting than I thought it'd be. Yeah, this is fun, isn't it? You spend a while with this, but I do get the feeling it's going to wear out quite quickly due to the fact it's made out of cardboard in a quite literal sense. However, when it does fall apart, you'll get 12 rare earth magnets, so that's quite nice. Right, I am going to jump cut to having made one of the pretty things that is demonstrated on the box. There we are. I think I've made Chucky out of that 1970s kids TV show. There we go. Right. Also, I've noticed on here it says, combine 2 or more magic cubes to create larger shapes and structures with its magnets. Endless possibilities. Buy 1,000. Make a house out of them. Regret your life decisions. Hooray! Researcher. Researcher. Okay, it's time for the big one. And if you thought, you know what a researcher would use a textbook, you'd be bloody right. It's a Chinese textbook! Hooray! Woo! I can't read any of it. Oh, no! So this is about the design and production of illustrations for scientific research papers. So it's basically methods of effectively communicating things visually on your scientific research papers to make them look a bit more pretty and pop and also get the information across. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? What have we got inside? Journal of Materials, Chemistry B, Chemcom. What an interesting image. Anything else cool at the start? Oh yeah, all these examples. Look at that. Bit of aerodynamics for the kids. Ooh, that reminds me of a 70s sci-fi novel cover. Look at that. Advanced Materials by Chris Foss or something. Oh my god, it's not Popeye. It is us. Our legally distinct non-Popeye eating his NOSN with the entire chemical structure on his shirt, because of course it is. That's pretty nifty, this. What have we got inside then? Oh yeah, lots of writing and gubbins. Pick some pages at random. So it's basically showing you how to do stuff in Excel from this, by the looks of it. Yeah, it's definitely Excel, isn't it? Then we've got another program, not one I'm recognising off the top of my head there. Obviously it's going to get into Photoshop. There's probably going to be some Blender in it, I imagine. Yeah, I think we've actually just hit that. There's some PowerPoint. I'm sure I saw some PowerPoint in here earlier. And also just everything like this. And I can't read any of it except that bit. It says Applied Environmental Microbiology. I hope that helped you in your life. Well, it's certainly a textbook. Is it a good one? I mean, it seems to show you all the steps you'd need. It's got all the people on the back who made it. Look, can't read any of their names, but they're all there and all human. I'll tell you what else was interesting. I don't know if you spotted this on the front. But look. A CD-ROM was included. Down, down, down. I haven't seen a CD-ROM for a textbook in years. I think the only textbook I ever bought that came with a CD-ROM was in the 90s. I think it was a copy of Comer's Fundamentals of Abnormal Psychology. Came with a really cool CD-ROM with little tiny grainy videos on of an American man with OCD, like putting his French fries in order and obsessively collecting rubber bands that he found on the street and stuff. But anyway, that's not relevant to this. But this is like a new book. I mean, there's new technology in that shown inside. It's got QR codes on it, but still a CD-ROM. That's fascinating. Are CD-ROM drives more common in China than they are in the West these days? It must be. Because, I mean, if you've got any sort of modern computer, your chances of having a drive that reads optical media these days is almost nothing. But there we are. This does exist. And, yeah, It's got on it lots of videos that show you how to go through and do various things in various programs. You know, step-by-step Photoshop tutorials of that kind of thing, which is interesting. But, you know, entirely in Chinese. So tragically, not much use for me. But hey, that is a very different sort of item to the ones we usually get on this. And so, for that reason alone, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you who else I appreciate. Dan does. That's another YouTube channel run by a man called Dan, where he does things, specifically crafty things. This video made me think of him a bit because there's all these weird random items in it, and often he'll use weird random items to make really cool looking models. I suggest you go off and look at his YouTube channel now. I'm linking it all over the screen and that. Because that's what we do at the end of videos these days. We try and point you towards cool, smaller channels. And by God, we're going to keep doing it until Vincent Price comes along and makes a noise like an angry goose. Ah! Oh, that happened quicker than I expected.
Subscribe for more.